Hi guys, Korean movie recapped here. Before we start, warning. Spoilers ahead. Today, I'm going to recap a 2019 Korean action crime movie called The Gangster, The Cop, The Devil. This movie tells the true story of a gangster boss and a police officer who work together in solving a serial murder case. So, why did they decide to work together? Will they succeed in the end? Let's find it out. At the start of the movie, a mysterious man is seen trailing another man's car. He deliberately bumps into the car, resulting in the driver getting down to take a photo for insurance claiming. Suddenly, the mysterious man stabs him in the back, over and over, resulting in his death due to blood loss. The next day, a police officer named Taesok and his assistant are driving to get to the crime scene. However, Taesok sees gangsters in front of a slot machine store. He gets down to teach them a lesson and searches the place. Meanwhile, Jang, a gangster boss who owns the place, calls Taesok's boss since he has bribed him to not meddle with his illegal businesses. Hearing that, his boss calls Taesok and orders him to investigate the crime scene immediately. At the crime scene, Taesok finds a car collision mark as a lead to the murder's motives. In the office, the police officers are discussing the murder case. They believe that the case is a robbery murder since the victim's wallet is gone. However, Taesok says that the culprit is actually a serial killer. He links it with other similar styled murders that have happened around the area over the past weeks. Despite his claim, he still doesn't have enough evidence to support it. Thus, his boss forbids him from entering the case, however he is still determined to find the killer. On the other hand, Jang is meeting his rival named Sang-doo. Sang-doo intends to enter Jang's territory to open his own gambling stores, with a suggestion of working together to expand their business. However, Jang knows what he is up to and declines the offer. After the meeting, Jang is driving alone to get back home. On his way home, the serial killer crashes his car's rear. Seeing that his car is fine, Jang decides to let the man go. When Jang is about to enter his car, the killer stabs him in the back, resulting in a fight between the two of them. Jang is stabbed several times and he manages to stab the killer once on the chest. After seeing how strong Jang is, he decides to flee and hits him with his car. Unsatisfied with his failed attempt, he drives to a rural area and kills a local old man. Meanwhile, Jang is hospitalized after the incident. His men who hear about it suspect that it was Sang-doo doing, so they raid his place. Thus, the inevitable fight breaks out between the two gangs. After waking up, Jang says that the killer is not Sang-doo man, and he orders his men to locate the killer's car. Taesok, who hears about the news, visits Jang and questions him about the incident. However, Jang declines his help since he doesn't want anything to do with Taesok. He plans on capturing the assailant by himself and takes matters into his own hands. After the meeting, Taesok looks for Jang's car and finds a car collision mark too, supporting his claim about the serial killer. At night, the killer is back in action. He kills a truck driver and drives the vehicle away. However, the driver's friend is actually in the back seat. He laughs psychotically as he is about to get his second kill for the night. His knife falls down during the process and is found by Jang's men afterwards. The next day, Taesok visits Jang once more to ask him to cooperate. Finally, they come to an agreement. They decide that Jang will provide the manpower and money, while Taesok will take care of the skills and tools needed to run the investigation. Beforehand, Jang has asked a painter to sketch the killer's face. With Jang's great memory retention, the sketch is detailed enough to let them run a search. Before searching for the killer, Jang orders his men to kill his rival, Sang-doo, using the killer's knife which they have found. His men deliberately leave the knife on Sang-doo's body, to shift the blame towards him. Taesok, who knows about the condition, suspects Jang of killing Sang-doo and confronts him. They get into a fight despite their agreement, but Taesok is single-handedly defeated. Due to their fight, Taesok plans to capture the killer first before incriminating Jang afterwards. The next day, both Jang and the killer are present at Sang-doo's funeral. The killer secretly tips Sang-doo's man that Jang is actually the one who killed their boss. On his way home, the killer finds another target and immediately kills him in the same manner. He doesn't have any motives and pattern in his killings, aside from the fact that he feels satisfied after taking a man's life. Meanwhile, Jiang men have found the killer's car. Jiang and Taesok investigated to look for anything that might help them in identifying the killer. Upon investigation, they are attacked by Sang-doo's men who look to kill Jiang for revenge. Despite their great numbers, all of them are defeated by Jiang and Taesok due to the differences in their fighting skills. From the investigation, they have found the killer's fingerprints and have successfully identified him. They search his residence, but cannot find him since he has escaped. Luckily, Taesok finds his photo and uses it to prepare a search. In the headquarters, Jiang's men and Taesok's men are planning a full-scale search. After the plan is set, they relay it to Jiang's men and send them out to the streets. Hotels, markets, terminals, bars, internet cafes, not any single place is left unturned by them. Despite their effort, the killer is still nowhere to be found. The next day, Jiang is meeting Taesok at a bus terminal. They also happen to meet a high school girl there. When they are resting with the others, they find out that the girl who they talked to has been killed by the killer. Once more, they set out to the streets with the bus line as the new leads. This time, they successfully pinpoint the killer's residence. However, the killer realizes that he is being surrounded, so he drives away. The cops and the gangsters chase him and a prolonged car chase happens. After some time, Jiang and Taesok manage to corner him and crash his car. However, the killer has escaped and kills one of Jiang's men in the process. Jiang follows his blood trail and arrives at a karaoke bar. He enters the room and smashes the door down. The killer is pinned down by Jiang's body weight while being continuously beaten. Then, he drags him away and brings him to a place to torture him. Suddenly, Taesok comes in with his car and crashes into Jiang. He takes the killer away and brings him to the police station. Finally, the killer is being tried for his crimes. He continuously evades the accusations, saying that there is no direct evidence to his killings. When the judge starts to feel that he is innocent, Jiang enters the courtroom as a witness and the sole survivor of the attack. He reveals about the killer's face sketch that he has to support his testimony. Furthermore, he is also able to narrate the incident in detail, supported by the scars on his body and the killer's body, as a result of the knife fight. With all of the direct evidence present, the killer is sentenced to death. However, Jiang is also imprisoned due to his illegal business and other crimes that he has committed. Turns out, he has agreed to turn himself in, as long as he can be imprisoned in one facility with the killer. In the end, Taesok and his men are getting promoted due to their achievements in solving the multiple serial murder cases. Jiang also enters the prison with a big smile on his face since he will be getting his revenge soon. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like and comment to help the channel out. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.